2024 looking immigration year. Now Australia immigrants are suffering. Australian immigrants are protesting, and what they are talking why you have changed immigration rules, why there are so much restrictions. They are talking that we are second class citizens. Lot of immigrants decided to leave Australia. These are the reports. As we know already, students facing a lot of difficulties in Australia, and their visas, technically restrictions on immigration rules were the first step. Now, Parliament of Australia and ministers of Australia and Parliament members of Australia enforcing Australian governments to focus more changes in Australian immigration. Work visa rules, Australian student visa rules are being changed almost each month. Now Australian students' dreams to become the resident of Australia looking almost difficult. Australian visas rejections becoming top headlines in the world immigration since 1 year. Now I think patience of immigrants are little a bit melted, and now they are on the roads and they are talking what you want. You want us to leave Australia, we will leave Australia. One Australian immigrant is telling that this is not the Australia which was 10 years before. There were opportunities, there was respect of immigrant. This is the one angle. I will also speak another angle. I know the people who are settled in Australia, they have houses, they have vehicles, they have jobs, they have business, they are Australian citizens, and they definitely will not agree with me, and they will write there is another angle also. I am not talking about Australian citizens, Asian Australian citizens or overseas Australian citizens. I am talking about immigrants who have temporary status in Australia. They are skilled workers, they are students. Students from overseas are feeling huge difficulties in getting visas. When they are getting visas, they are scared in Australia. Anytime their visa can be cancelled and they can be deported. This deported word is becoming so much popular just during Donald Trump election US 2024, and Trump came to action in United States. Now all countries are becoming active and they are using this word with proud that we will deport. Even Canadian Immigration Department already gave several thousands deportation letter to the students who did not follow the rules and laws. Now this is the one angle that protesters are protesting. Immigrants are giving interviews and they are using very absurd language which I don't want to speak here, which is not good. I think as an immigrant are a learner. Immigrant learns day by day because they switch from one social habit to another social habit. They change the society, they change the people, and they are able to develop patience, and they are without discrimination, they are without prejudice. And of course Australian citizens, native citizens have prejudice, and it's not news which social media highlighting. This is normal thing in Australia since 20 years. If you will go to any country, the people who are already living in that country definitely will not be happy, and they will say why he came from developing country to the developed country, and he will show little a bit restraint. Some will show restraint, but most of them will be frustrated. And now currently this is the point that the people, citizens, are forcing their governments that we are paying taxes. Our tax is not for immigrants. Our taxes you have to use for our health facility, for our education, for housing sectors. Housing sectors, I tell you, in Australia, housing sectors became a breaking news. Almost housing sector is at the worst status since 50 years in Canada, in UK, and especially in Australia. Now the companies, construction companies, are talking to immigration department. If you will not allow us to bring overseas construction workers, how we will build several houses in Australia? This is another discussion. And another discussion is that no, Australia is repelling permanent residents to maximum immigrants. Earlier, numbers of the visas ratios were maximum, and numbers of the permanent residents to the immigrants, enough number Australia were offering permanent residence to eligible candidates. But now currently the parliament members are speaking so many times, and the rules are being changed almost each month, and now expected that these rules going to change once again. And that's why protesters are talking in the media that, and they are on the roads, that what you want. They want to say, if you want us to leave Australia, we will leave. Many are ready to leave Australia. Many spoke in media that we will not stay here. The overseas students who are planning to move to Australia, they are talking that we are searching another destination. Although Australia was charming destination and is the charming destination for Australia for the students, but unfortunately the bulk of the students disheartened due to delaying visa processing, maximum denial, and some unjustified refusals. Just like your country has political instability, your country is not able to develop a wealthy status. You belong to poor country. Your country is in financial crisis. Your political crisis, we cannot give you visa. Such refusals motivating students that refusals which affect their case mean that you have financial background is not good, your SOP is not good, you are not marvelous in the educational career, and you have no plan to study in Australia, you have no plan what you will do after getting education. Such refusals only being given to students which are able to express their genuine status. So immigration officer has no words for these students, because they have provided almost all details, because there are some non-genuine and the genuine students goes together. Australia, refusals of non-genuine students became very easy, because they can tell your plan is not good, your educational career background is not good, your research of upcoming institute is not up to the mark, and you are not able to present biographical presentation that what you will do after completion of education. Or we are scared that you will stay in Australia after getting education. But when they have no option, they are giving such refusals. Political instability really hitting some students' minds, and they were very disheartened, and I thinking that they are going to apply student visa for the other countries. But where they will apply? This is the question mark. Canadian cappings going on UK, really very worst against illegal immigrants, not still against legal migrants, but they are planning to increase indefinite to leave, mean that to increase the tenure of indefinite to leave, mean that citizenship procedure is going to elongate, at least in my opinion, which I recorded session, up to 5 years, where these students will go. Now I will predict another angle of the story. This world is changing now. This world only want one thing, that you can move from one country to another country. Mobility is easier. No person can say that anybody is stopping visa, capping visa. There is no any problem. But for which people? For genuine people, the people who deserve. And what these countries want, what Australia want, because here I am talking about Australia. What Australia wants now? Australia wants, if you want to come here, you have to work here. You must develop those skills which are required to live in Australia. Australia nullifying the useless individual, because bulk of individual, I can say 10 out of 10, 7 people move. This is in Australian record, that 7 out of 10 useless people entered by hook or by crook. By hook or by crook mean they provide documents, they go by legal way. For example, they are students, but they have no in mind that they will complete their education. And if they are work visa holders, they have no mind that they will work as a baker, because they are going as a baker. But technically they are not baker. They took diploma by giving money. Consultants are doing, and they are thinking that when we will move to Australia, we will work anyone. These are useless people for Australia. Australia want that if any person who is a true, genuine, professional and with true background, mean that the documents and the skills, experience he has provided to the immigration officer at the tenure of the application, visa processing, same acts he will do in Australia as well. He will not change profession, and the skills which he has expressed to immigration officer that he has, he should be having. That's the main point. Australia has no capacity to absorb useless professionals. That's why these cappings are expected, as parliament members are talking for further students capping, work visa capping and the PR capping. Hopefully my discussions may be able to escalate your immigration knowledge of Australia. Keep watching, of course, my channel. Subscribe, not subscribe, no problem. You watch 1 second, 2 second, no problem. But keep watching and develop positive opinion in the mind, and stay away from any illegal immigration. Stay away from the agents who offer you illegal immigration, because that is one of the main reason the countries like Australia and UK, they are changing their rules. Thank you very much. My name you already know. Guess in the comment what is my name. Thank you very much.